If you do any traveling with your camera gear, you're going to absolutely love these two accessories from PGYTech. If you've ever tried hiking with your camera on a camera strap, you know how strenuous it can get on your neck, your shoulders, especially because when you're hiking, you're doing some elevation and it tends to swing a lot and rub on your neck uncomfortably. That's why when PGYTech reached out to try out their Beetle Clip V2, I was super excited because the quick release and hands-free operation is awesome. They also gave me the opportunity to try their card reader case, which looks like this sort of military, almost ammo pack way that pushes up and reveals all your SD card slots and micro SD card slots for your trips. So I want to go over what I like about these products, what I don't like so much, and my overall experience using them over the last 2 weeks and in my trip to Portland. Let's get started. Easily my favorite accessory has been the Beetle Clip for your camera bag. This clip very simply latches onto the strap of your camera bag or anything else that you might be wearing, whether that's like a satchel or something along those lines. And what makes this different from a camera strap is that because the clip goes onto your camera bag strap, it feels a little more comfortable and is a little more accessible when you need to go hands-free. You see, when you have the camera strap in a more hiking outdoor setting like I was on this Portland trip where I went to the 10 waterfall trails and to Cannon Beach, the camera strap has this way of just sort of swinging around, which normally isn't a complete deal breaker, but wearing it all day, it can be stressful. With the camera here, I have found that one, it sways a lot less, even if you sort of do this thing. So on my 10 waterfall trail, it was super convenient to actually just wear this on the trail. And whenever I wanted to get a photo or video, simply hold the button here on the side, release the camera like I just did, shoot what I need to shoot, and then once I'm back and done, just slide it in, locks right in, I don't have to worry about it, and I can go back to hiking. And the construction of the clip is extremely durable. It's made out of some sort of metal material with this strap that tightens depending on the size of the strap that you clip it to. And then you have two ways of sort of mounting the camera to this. This clip accepts an Arca Swiss plate. And so if your camera cage has it like this one, you can actually just slide it in natively because it's Arca Swiss sized at the bottom. But of course, you can also use the provided Arca Swiss plate, screw that onto the bottom of your camera, and then all you do is simply align it up, slide it in, and you'll hear it click and lock. And there's actually a locking lever on the side. And so when you're ready to release the lock, you just simply push that lever and then you can slide this out very conveniently. And the clip was very easy to set up. It simply has an opening latch that you put around the camera strap, and then you can adjust the length of it, pulling this strap on it, and then you lock it, putting it on one of these levers that sort of adjusts the length of it, and it's very secure. I have not felt this droop at all, even when I had a much larger lens like my 24-105 f4 on the strap. But on that note, I did find that if you have a rather large lens, like let's say you went the 28-70 f2 route, it can get very droopy and kind of defeats the purpose of this being sort of comfortable because you'll have that lens sort of bouncing and hitting sort of your torso chest area. And so I really recommend if you go for the Beetle Clip route, you definitely want to have a much smaller lens like this Artisan 14mm lens. But overall, I've enjoyed the convenience of having my camera hands-free on my camera bag, using that to help support the weight of the camera. And then when I need it, it's very easy to access and start shooting. All right, on to the second PGYTech product I want to cover in this video, and that's the card reader. Now they come with two different sizes. The one they provided me is actually the smaller size that only holds SD cards and micro SD cards. However, I really like this so much, I got a second one that holds SD cards, CF Express Type A cards, and micro SD cards. You can check the size comparison here. The smaller one is definitely a little more convenient in terms of size. You can pocket this very comfortably and still fit like a phone or your keys in that pocket. Whereas this one, I pretty much leave in my camera bag because it is a little bit bigger. It's almost like iPhone size, so it's gonna take up the whole space of your pocket. But otherwise, it is still very convenient having all my SD cards and CF Express Type A cards all in one location. And the great thing is, this is not just a card holder, it is a card reader. Let me show you how it works. You gotta push from the bottom here and it reveals the inside, which has all your cards and the cable and reader. And so on the side here, you have the cable. You simply release it and it only accepts USB-C, but that's my favorite type of cable, especially for card readers, because that allows for the fastest data transfer. And then on the side here, you actually have two slots. For the smaller one, you have an SD card slot and a micro SD card slot. And so all you do is take one of your SD cards, slide it in here, and then when you go plug in your computer, you're able to read that slot. And so this serves two functions in one. I do love the sort of outer exterior of this. It has a nice texture, it feels very grippable. And then of course it has a clip here so you can put this on your keychains or on your waist belt or wherever is convenient for you to have your cards in an accessible reach. This smaller card reader case holds 4 SD cards and then 4 micro SD cards. And then on the other side, you also get this nano SIM card holder for, I believe, is phones. And then you also get this nice little multi-tool. This one's for the SIM card, so you can actually use this little tiny tip to push into the phone to release the pin. And so what I've come to really appreciate about this card reader is how functional it is. So of course, you get to store your excess cards or anything. If you seem to run out of space on one, you can grab the extra one, swap it in here, and it's nice and safe in this case. And then of course, you can use this to transfer your files as well. And so if your computer only has an SD card slot, that's just a single, or maybe it doesn't have any, it's nice that you can use this not only to hold them, but to transfer those files as well. And from what I can tell, this thing is quite durable. I haven't purposefully dropped it, but based on its covering and its design, it's clearly meant to be handled in rough environments, whether that's in the outdoors or anything like that. And so you can be confident that your cards are going to be safe in a case like this versus something like loosely hiding in your camera bag, which I know some photographers and videographers actually do. There are a lot of card reader cases out there, but what I think makes this one stand out is the fact that it is so multifunctional and quite rugged. The aesthetic of this one is really nice, clean, and professional, which definitely adds to the enjoyment of having it. As for the Beetle Clip, this is another one that I think is more geared and targeted towards, say, wedding photographers and videographers who have certain harnesses on their body, so they can use this to actually clip and have their first or second camera nearby ready to go. And I also think it's great for anyone who does sort of outdoor adventure style content where they're wearing a backpack like this. This was super helpful for me in my Portland trip, having the clip really accessible, able to just grab my camera, leave it there, and have it on me all day without the stress of having to completely turn my backpack around and grab the backpack from inside or the camera from inside. Having it outside like this was super convenient and nice for those travel days. And so if you're interested in any of these products, there's actually going to be an upcoming sale for Prime Day, which I believe is like October 5th through 8th, something like that. And during that time, PGYTech is going to be running a 30% sale on a lot of their camera accessories and backpacks. And so you can actually pick up the Beetle Clip and the card reader for a nice discount if that's something you're interested in. The links to both of these products will be in the description box below, so definitely check it out for yourself. But what do you think? Do you have the Beetle Clip or the card reader yourself? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this gear review video, you can check out my other gear reviews in this playlist here. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I appreciate every single one of you who do, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.